Hey, good morning. It's Captain Scott, Into Blue TV. I'm going to take a few minutes today while we have a little downtime to kind of reintroduce you to our Simrad package, or yours. If you have some questions, just ask right along on this little webinar we're doing today. And if I can answer them, I will. If I can't, I'll find the answers for you. Anyway, we're going to set up our new Yellowfin 36. We're going to go through the process of setting up our radar, our bottom machine, even our chart plotter. And in the course of the next 30 minutes, if you have any questions, pipe them in and we'll get back to you. But right now, we're going to get them turned on and we'll start our setup. When you buy your Simrad unit, it's going to come preloaded with the entire navigation of the United States, East and West Coast, including Great Lakes. If you want to enhance that, we're working now with CMAP and CMAP Reveal. I highly recommend you get this chip. Once it's installed, it's going to take this basic map, which is great for navigating, and it's going to enhance it for the area you're at with bottom structure, grass beds, and it's going to overlay Google Earth. You're going to be you can pre-look at a destination just sitting on your boat before you leave the dock. So if I run into the Bahamas, I can look at the dock in the Bahamas where I'm headed before I get there, and I'll feel like I've already been there. Cool little feature. Anyway, I'm going to install this chip real quick. I'll be right back, and I'm going to show you the difference. I've got the chip installed in my chart reader, and now we're just going to switch charts. So we're going to go to Menu, and I've got CMAP US Enhanced, which comes with your unit, and we're going to switch it to CMAP Reveal. Bam! Now I have the entire island of Duck Key, the grass beds, the coral heads, the deeper channels right there. I can pick a rock, I can navigate right to it and check and see if there's any mangroves on it. Or I can jump in and see if there's lobsters. It's that simple. And this coverage is growing every day. Key West, Miami, Charleston, up to the Mid-Atlantic, the canyons. Find the area where you live, get that chart, and it's going to make your Simrad day that much better. Now that we've got Duck Key all navigated, you see my path in and out. This is not a navigable channel, but it's local knowledge. I've got my tracks coming and going. That's what tracking's for. If you know how to come and go, when it gets dark, you can follow your track in and out. Now I want to go fishing, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and CMAP's going to show me all the coral heads on the reef. If I know where they are, that's where I'm headed. If I want to just sit here for a few minutes, game plan around weather conditions, whether I have to go bay or the ocean, I'm going to sit here right now, find an interesting looking place that I've never been before, and I'm going to give it a try. I've got my numbers where I know there are going to be some fish, but every day I try to find a new one. And using the reveal chart, I'm going to be able to find a new rock to investigate, decide whether it goes into my full-time arsenal of great spots of fishing. It's that simple. Just sit at the dock, check out your chart, check out something new, get on the water and see if it works for you. Besides having all the actual rocks and grass patches near shore, it also has a high resolution bathymetric chart. So now you know what you're going to do on a windy day, but on the pretty days you want to go sword fishing, you want to go deep dropping, you want to check out the bottom. All you have to do is go right into your menu again and go to options and chart options. I want to see high resolution bathymetrics. I'm going to click on that button. It's going to take away some of my navigation options, but then when I zoom out and then in to the swordfish grounds, the detail is going to just become stronger and stronger on the drop-offs. Now I can see I got my 1680 to 2000. I like sword fishing anywhere from 1500 to 1800. And now it's all right there for me to choose what spot I want to fish on that day. Now, even cooler is if I can find the west hump and zoom in on that. The more you zoom in, the more detail you get. Obviously, I've caught some tunas on this spot before, but actually, with the bathymetrics, it shows you the highest spot and the deepest spots and lets you set up your drift. So that's just a click of one button. Back to menu, high resolution bathymetrics. Turn it off, and it's just a lump in the middle of the screen. You want more detail? Turn on that bathymetrics. It'll take away a little bit of your information inshore, but you're not inshore anymore. You're outside looking for fish, and you're checking all these humps, finding the high spots, and making sure your drifts are right over top of them. That is a click of a button. Menu, high res bath, on and off. Look at that. Boom. You would never know that that's where you should start looking to try to bottom fish. But it's simple as hitting that button, zooming in, and now you're going to be a better fisherman. All right, so I get asked a lot of questions about how do I find the birds. It's spring, it's dolphin season, it's tuna season up north, and if you don't find the birds, you're not going to find the fish. With the new Halo radar, it's a matter of just, it's preset. We're going to go back to our menu, and I can go radar and have a full screen, or I can hold the button down and go to dual screen. With dual screen, I can set one at 6 miles, and then I'm going to go into my menu, and we're going to hit adjust. That's where our gain's going to be. And this new unit has mode setting. Once you go to mode, here's what you got. Harbor for nearshore docking in fog and heavy rain, lightning. Offshore is what I set for just looking for the fleet. When the bite's on the radio and you just don't know where it's at, you have an idea, turn on offshore, zoom out to 8 or 12 miles, and you're going to find all the boats nestled together. Then you can change your course to get on the bite with the rest of the boats. Even if they're clam lipping, you can still find them. But then if you're by yourself and you're trying to win a dolphin tournament or just catch a fish for dinner, we're going to switch to bird mode. Bird mode is going to actually adjust the speed of the array. It's going to set the gain, it's going to set the surface, and it's going to set the rain clutter all at once with one push of a button. Boom. So I'm going to clear out of that. And I like to do a dual screen. You can actually set long distance and short distance side by side. In the old days, you could have 2 radar settings, but they always had the exact same distance. Now I've got 6 and 1.5. 6 miles with the offset, I'm looking about 8 to 10 miles in front of the boat. It's going to indicate an area where the birds might be. I'm going to change my course, set my autopilot, and forget it. Trust the process. Run to those numbers, and as you get into a 1.5 miles, you'll either find them with your binoculars or with your 1.5 miles setting. And then you can verify whether it's legit birds or it's just a little boat that was smaller than you could have imagined being out there fishing, which I see all the time. I can't imagine how many 21-footers are 30 miles out, but it happens. Anyway, the settings: dual A, B, and Halo, set for birds, 6 miles offset. I keep saying offset, I haven't explained that. Offset. I don't care what's behind me. So I just go into my settings and view. And I'm going to put position. I look ahead. Center is standard radar. That's all the way around you 6 miles. I don't care what's behind me. So we're going to look ahead. That's going to leave it at 6, but it's going to drop everything to the bottom of the screen and open up 4 more miles. So now I'm looking at 10. And that's how I like to hunt, always on offset. And if 6 miles isn't getting it for you, bang it down to 4 if you have to, or 8. Make the adjustments to how comfortable you are. I like 6, 4 when it's kind of rough and I'm not making a lot of moves. But when it's calm, I'll set it at 8 because I can move faster and get to the spots. But anyway, dual setup, Halo. You just got to learn how to trust the process. Everything's right there, preset for you. Pick your colors. I like a dark screen with red. Some people like the white background with red. That's personal choice. I go with the dark stuff. Not just birds, but the preset mode is set up for every condition you can find on the water. So we're going to go to adjust again, and we're going to go check out the mode. You got harbor, offshore, weather, and bird. All those are presets for the best chance. These presets are made by captains' input over the years on how to exactly set up. Instead of actually going to the gain and setting it to 80, going to the rain clutter, setting it to 10, going to sea surface, setting it to 30, which is a pretty basic setting for bird finding. These are what we've all come up with for the best for finding weather, where the lightning is, where the rain is to get around it. Weather. Offshore for finding clusters of boats that are kind of being quiet on the radio. Harbor for near shore docking in fog, finding those boats that are moving that you can't see with your eyes. And then custom is for the advanced. If you have a perfect setting that you want to use for your bird hunting, you go into custom, you set it yourself, and it's always there for you. Back to the radar, just because you hit the mode button, what is happening? What's happening is the array itself is being slowed down just from the setting, which would be a custom thing you would have to learn to do yourself. But now I'm an offshore, my array is spinning at its normal speed, but I'm going to hit bird, and I can hear it motoring down, and boom, it's just readjust for the optimum speed to hammer a bird below 50 feet on the water. It's all built in. We're lucky at Into Blue to have this boat set up with everything Simrad makes, including their Chirp sonar technology. Chirp sonar is just a more intense signal that actually separates the fish from the bait. Instead of just meatballs, now you actually see the predators and the bait. But just having said that, I fish in less than 600 feet, I fish in over 600 feet. When I'm inshore snapper fishing, I'm on high chirp. And it's as simple as setting up source for high and low. So once I'm in high, I'm back out, and on frequency, I can go from chirp to old school 200, back to chirp, and back out. As soon as I head offshore, I've caught my pilchards, I'm rolling out to catch the tunas and maybe swordfish. I'm just going to go right here to my source. When I hit 600 feet, switch it to low. It's going to do all the settings for me except for gain, and we'll back out, and then we're going to work individually with our gain and color control. I like to set my gain first with auto turned off. Once you slow down and you're checking it out, I'll turn it up until it starts to bleed with too much misinformation. Get it right where I want it, and then when I got it where I want it, I'll switch back over to auto, and it'll take my setting and enhance that even more. I'm on low and I'm in very shallow water now, so I'm going to get back out of that. We're going to go back to our high and high chirp. And I prefer when I'm bait fishing to always preset. I like to go into advanced and turn my scroll speed up to 4, 5, or 6. See, just by speeding that up, I know quicker what's under me. It's really simple. Scroll speed. And it's in advanced, and it's just, don't be afraid of the word advanced. It just has it'll prompt you what you want to do. I want to turn up my scroll speed to 6, and I back right out. Now see, there's a school of bait fish swimming under us right now, and they'll be gone shortly because we're not moving. But that's exactly how you want to set up your inshore sounder. And for offshore, I leave my scrolls at 6 at all times. So a matter of just inside of 600 feet, you want to be on high chirp. Outside 600 feet, you should be on low chirp. Now, besides the fact that I'm set on my high chirp and I'm marking the bait, I have some stuff I don't like. These blues, I don't want them on there. I know that there's nothing there. So now we can go to more options, scroll up to color erase. We're going to turn that on, and we're going to get rid of the colors we know aren't doing anything. And they're generally the blues. So I'm going to click on my blues and greens. Now they're off. Now next time the bait come by, it's just going to be red marks. And it all depends on water clarity, how murky it is. You're going to have to choose what colors you don't want. Now we're looking at the bait going underneath it. It's just the reds. We don't have that random blue, which is just leading you to think there's something there that isn't. Now that's how I like to set it up, right there. I generally take out the blues and half the greens. But for you, each boat's different, but that's as simple as go into your menu, and we'll start right from the beginning. All right. More options. Zoom up. Color marker, color erase. Click on color erase. Check out the color spectrum. I've checked the blues and half the greens off. cleared out. Now my machine is set up perfect. Hey, for me, that's just not enough. When I'm looking for pilchards on grass beds, I like to see what the Chirp has to offer and what my Downscan has to offer. So I'm going to set up a screen for both those. How are you going to set up a screen? You're going to go to your menu page, sweep up to plus, and it's going to ask you what personal screen do you want to make. I am going to set up Echo and my Downscan. Slide them both over, hit save. Now what am I doing? Now I'm shooting with two different beams of energy. I've got Chirp energy and I've got the Downscan energy. It's more of a ghosty thing, but it only marks fish, and they come as little white marks. So if I'm pilchard fishing, I have them side by side, and I can tell pilchards are so on the bottom, and they really mark with the bottom. And you have to really, really tune down until you're almost not marking anything anymore. When you think you're seeing pilchards, you'll know you're seeing pilchards if you do the side by side. Anyway, that's just something I prefer to do when I'm bait fishing. I set my Echo right alongside my Downscan, and then I can verify what I'm actually seeing. Anyway, that's how I do it. I think you'll like it. When I leave the bait patch and I start trolling, I have my bottom machine on set. If I'm in 1,000 feet of water, I set it for 250 because I don't care what's on the bottom when I'm marlin fishing. I just want to know what's in the top 300 feet, something that's actually going to bite my bait. But I can't stare at my bottom machine all day long. So a nice little feature, fish ID, symbols and depths, or both. Okay? That's going to give a little fishy marker or a big fishy marker, and then it's going to beep. I don't need to fish so much as I need the beeps. I'll be looking at my left teaser, I'm watching my spread, I hear a beep, I give a quick glance, I see that there's a fish at 150, I'm going to make a couple loops. If he doesn't roll up on me right away, I know that I just marked a fish that if I didn't have the Chirp on, I would have trolled right over it without checking it out with a couple of laps in that area. Really simple. Now I've got it on. As the bait fish are going on, you can hear the ID. There's the fish mark, and you're hearing a beep. Beep, 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 beep. Just enough. It's not loud, but it'll turn your head, say, I need to do a loop here. I need to stay here a few more minutes instead of just randomly driving in a straight line. Anyway, listen to it go. That'll get you more marlin and more dolphin and more tuna. That one little tip. All right, so a lot of times I'm mutton fishing and I'm looking not at the bottom machine, or I catch a fish and I didn't see anything marks. Wow, look what I just went over. I'm just going to go onto my machine and tag it right there. I stopped the machine, and now I'm going to save that point exactly. New waypoint. Name it interesting. Hit save. And then you can, on your chart, you're going to go, it's going to be a new waypoint that you can just burn up, grid it, however you like to attack. And I'm going to get rid of that. But it's as simple as, all right, we're going to watch it. This one's going by. We know Mark's by. What did I just go by? Wow, I went by that and I didn't do a loop. How am I going to get back to that? I'm going to tag it, waypoint it, save it, and now it's on your GPS, and you're going to come around and work that bait that you missed 10 minutes earlier. Really cool feature. A lot of times we're fishing and it's a little slow, not all the time, but we like to listen to music, but you can't communicate with your crew when the action starts. So how are you going to turn off your music real quick? On the Simrad, you have a sidebar set up for your autopilot and your audio. Whenever I'm actually fishing, I leave it set on volume, and it's just a matter of, hey, there's a fish on the left rigger, boom, turning it off or muting it that fast. And then when you're done, slide it back up, and then there's also a mute right there, quick mute. But it's just a matter of going to your sidebar and kind of leaving that on so you can get to it quick. And that's just a matter of touching your sidebar. Audio. Set it up so it's quick. That's quick setup, on off. You can enjoy the music and still be able to communicate when the fish is on. How do I get that sidebar set up on my screen? That's a little more difficult, but it's super easy. It's just a matter of setting up your machine when it's new. You're going to go into settings twice, and then advanced, and then features. Once you're on your features, there are a lot of features. Just sweep up. There we go. Audio server on. Click on. There's so many things you can do. Set up your phone, everything. But make sure your audio features are on, and boom, they're on your sidebar. This is our first webinar. It's a work in progress. If you have any comments, put them in the comments bar and we'll get right back to them. If we can, we'll do this again, and we'll do it live, and we'll actually do it hands-on. So thanks for listening, and we'll be back.